Oh, Nina, hello there. It's your favorite future sister-in-law here. Thank you so much for the wonderful share that you put on today. I love the vegetables and rice you make because it tastes so delicious. Above all, it helps you stick to the household budget, right? Hello, Natalie. You're welcome, I guess, but I'm sorry, I don't quite get what you're getting at. Could you please clear this up for me and tell me what you actually want to say? What are you even on about? Did I do something? Didn't you realize that I made the rice and vegetables especially for you to feel welcome? You're my neighbor and you're also my younger brother's fiance, so I want us to get along. That's why I gave you that food. I didn't think I'd get a lot of money each month. What's all that supposed to mean? I am so confused right now. When you put it like that, it makes me sound like I'm begging you for food. Do you think I'm that desperate? To be honest, it comes off a little bit like that these days, Natalie. You drop by here without letting me know you're coming and ask for a share of my food. Then you won't leave until I give you something. To be honest, it's rather annoying and sometimes it makes me anxious. You think that's annoying? What a horrible thing to say. It would be such a waste to throw all the leftover vegetables that you've got into the garden or in the trash. Don't you think I'm helping you by taking your food with me? That's why we aren't wasting food, and I'm helping you eat it all up. Wait, what? Why are you bringing this up, Natalie? Well, since you're living alone, you wouldn't be able to reduce the amount of food and other vegetables you cook without giving it to someone else, right? It's such a waste to not give the food to someone. So don't be like, why are you talking about this to me? If you continue to be so narrow-minded, you won't be able to marry anyone. I don't see what me being single has to do with me cooking. What are you getting at? But there are so many connections when it comes to the things you do. You should take this as an opportunity to look at yourself in the mirror and reconsider things. Otherwise, marriage for you will keep being put off until no one wants to be with you. Huh? Why are you jumping from one subject to the next? Why are you criticizing me so much? Well, people who are good at cooking and growing things in their garden are in high demand. A woman who's got a lot of those characteristics get married really early, right? However, you're still a miserable single lady, Nina. Once you reach the age of 35, women like you become so narrow-minded. I've only just recognized why you're still single just now. If I was really that narrow-minded, Natalie, you'd not receive any food from me and I'd keep it to myself. The fact that I share vegetables and other dishes with you is a great thing. My heart's as big as the ocean and I love giving to others. Maybe that's just something that you'll never understand about me and that's fine, but don't criticize me all the time about it. Then why haven't you gotten married? There's no way a man would leave a woman to be single if they're such a good cook. I suppose no one has any interest in being with an old and wrinkly 35-year-old like you. I hope someone as kind as myself appears in front of you soon. It would be such a waste to leave you single while a wonderful man is wandering around looking for his perfect wife. I'll be coming over again next month to get my share of your food so it doesn't go to waste. It's the summertime, so I'm looking forward to being able to eat the watermelons and other fruits growing in your garden.
Hi there, Nina. I just wanted to send you a message saying I'm really sorry about what happened today. It seems like Natalie just decided it was her right to take your food from your house. I can't believe that she took such a large amount of vegetables and other dishes from you.
Yeah, I finally told her what I think about it today. I told it to her straight that it was such a nuisance of her to just be coming over without telling me. She just keeps coming over whenever she feels like it, but when it comes to her, she doesn't listen to anything I say at all. She told me that she was going to come by next month as well.
I've also told her many times that you've got to ask to go over instead of just dropping by. She's completely burdening you by going over there and just taking the food that you work so hard to make. I've told her over and over again to stop causing trouble for my sister, but I also get the same treatment that you do. She doesn't listen to me at all either.
I was told that it would be a waste since there are leftovers anyway and no one else will eat them. She claims that I'm living off my own poor leftovers.
She very much thinks she's doing the right thing, but she's just being pushy and wanting your food. I'm so sorry about what she said to you, Nina.
Even though I'm trying to take care of the people around me, she's still looking down on me like I'm filth. She was teasing me again today about my age and how I'm single. It's got nothing to do with her what my life's like.
What the heck? Why does she think she's got the right to question you or treat you in that way?
I've been hiding a few things from you, but lately her behavior has gotten really bad, so I needed to tell you. I'm sorry, but if you're seriously going to get married to a woman like her, I'll have to consider going out with someone so she'll get off my case. It's mentally tough to stick together for a long time, especially when your in-laws are treating you like crap.
Yeah, I guess there's not much choice in the matter. But I'll also be a little more cautious around Natalie, in case she steps out of line. The wedding ceremony's coming up, so maybe I'm just on a high about wanting to love her and marry her, so I don't see what she's really like.
If she didn't treat me like she does, she's actually a really nice and happy lady. For the time being, I'm just going to try and keep my distance from her, at least until she calms down a little bit. Hey, I'm trying to get in touch with you. Natalie, can you please answer me? Why have I been kicked out of the wedding venue? How is there no way for me to get inside? Please, hurry up and let me in, otherwise I'm going to miss everything. Oh, Nina, I'm just so sorry. I'd like people who are not suitable guests for the wedding celebration to refrain from attending the ceremony. I'm sorry that this decision has been made without your knowledge and it's such short notice, but you can go home now. So, can you please leave the venue? Are you seriously kidding me right now, Natalie? You're saying that I need to go home now? What do you mean that some guests aren't invited to attend? Don't you realize that I'm the groom's big sister? I have never heard of anyone's relative getting kicked out of a family wedding before. But Nina, aren't you still a miserable single person? It doesn't really go with what we wanted for the ceremony. Even if you're a relation to the groom, I want to avoid people like you. What's that even supposed to mean? Why are you using me being single as an excuse to kick me out of the ceremony? Because weddings are for celebrating the happy couple while also being surrounded by other happy couples. It's a place for husbands and wives to commit to each other and to express their eternal love for one another. And you wouldn't understand because you're single and choose to be alone. Don't you realize that this isn't the place for you to be? How dare you say that? Are you kidding me, Natalie? That's a terrible thing to say. I only just realized this today, okay? All the guests that were invited have wonderful partners or are married. Amongst all of those guests, you're the only one who's single. If you were staying around in a place like this trying to mingle, wouldn't you get super jealous? I'm just trying to do you a favor here. I'm saving your own skin from embarrassment. This is so unbelievable. I just don't fully understand your reasoning for doing this, Natalie. Did you really kick me out of the ceremony for this stupid reason? Hey, I'm being dead serious here. Only happy people should come to a wedding ceremony like this. In such a place, people who come and are single give off bad vibes. I don't want the only wedding I'll ever have be tainted by negative people and them moaning about being alone. Your wedding wouldn't even be tainted as I don't give off any negative vibes at all. That's not true at all. You give off such a miserable and negative aura. I can see it from miles away. Just having someone like you hanging around brings sadness and depression to everyone in the room. A woman who's still on the market is so out of place in a ceremony like this. Fine. Have it your way then, Natalie. I'll just go home. Ah, okay then. Just leave the congratulatory present behind so we can pick it up on our way out, okay? As always, you're so crude. I'll just leave the gift on the ground and go home as you wish for me to do. But if you ask me to come back later on, I won't do it. That makes no sense. What are you talking about? Why would I ask you something like that for anyway? In fact, I feel so relieved that the person who caused such a nuisance has disappeared. Now I can be happy and my wedding will be full of joy and love. Nina, I really need you to come back to the wedding venue right now. Oh, I can't believe this. My father's so angry. This isn't good. Oh, I wonder what's gone wrong. What's going on over there? For some reason, he suddenly noticed that you weren't here and he started making a huge fuss. So when I told him I said to her to go home, he got super angry. He started screaming and said that the wedding was to be canceled immediately. He told me to his own daughter that it's not worth marrying a woman like me if I'm going to do something like this. Oh my, that's actually crazy. He sounds extremely angry then. Your father's usually so calm about these things. What's gotten into him? What am I supposed to do? Why did my own father get so angry about kicking you out of the wedding? You know, he's got a point, because I also don't know why you'd do that to me either. Maybe your brain is turned to mush because you were so excited that you found a way to only have happy couples at the wedding and then you'd be happy? What the heck is that supposed to mean? You think that doing something like this isn't normal? Well, any normal parent would get angry over something like this. You kicked me out of the venue for silly reasons. His own daughter kicked out the groom's older sister for such a stupid reason. I can see why he's angry with you. Apart from that, I feel totally in his debt now with him understanding how insane your actions have been. On top of that, I also hid how you've been treating me from our parents. If they found out what you really wanted, it would be an inconvenience to you. So you did this without saying anything to your parents. No wonder they're angry after they saw I wasn't at the venue. What? Now just hold on a minute. How do you know about what I was thinking? I ended up telling your parents everything you've done to me, that you've been forcibly taking the food I cook from my house. I heard you also brought the food over to your parents' house and told them that you were the one that cooked all that food. What are you even saying? I didn't lie to my parents. How do you even know all that? Before the wedding ceremony started, I went over to greet and have a little chat with your parents. At that time, we started talking about you. They told me that you'd recently gotten into home gardening and cooking, which made no sense to me. You told them that girls change a lot when they get married, but when I asked for more details, I ended up telling them it was me who made all that food. When I told them the truth, they started to panic a little, as you've never been the one to lie. You're the one making up lies. Did you just confess everything to them? I definitely thought that your parents were misunderstanding the whole situation. I never thought that you'd be actively lying to them. Tisk tisk, Natalie, you must never tell lies to your parents. But how could you sell me out like that? Then you go ahead and kick me out of your wedding just because I'm single. It's ridiculous. It's no wonder your parents are furious at you for lying and then kicking me out of the venue. I looked out for you and took care of you, but you just treated me like crap and looked down on me. All because I was single. On top of that, you told me to leave your gift behind and told me to go home. You care more about gifts than people, Natalie. I didn't really mean to. It was just a joke. Just please come back to the wedding venue so we can continue with the ceremony. And it will also appease my parents, so please come back here. Both of them are quite angry. I've never seen them this angry before, and I can't help but do anything to fix it. If things continue like this, the wedding might actually get canceled, no joke. I told you before, Natalie, I wasn't going to come back to the venue no matter what happened. You know that you agreed to that, right? Yes, but my wedding could actually get canceled because of something so silly. Well, that's your problem. I just plan to laze around at home now. I hope the wedding, which only happens usually once in a person's life, goes smoothly. Are you trying to ruin me or something? Nina, what happened yesterday? Why did you really not come back to help me out? This is all your fault that my wedding didn't go the way it was supposed to. After my father got angry at me for kicking you out of the wedding ceremony, he gave me no choice and canceled my wedding in front of everybody there. What happened to your wedding shouldn't be blamed on me. You were the one that lied about everything, and I just spoke the truth to your parents. Cut the crap, Nina. You were trying to sabotage everything for me because you're that kind of person. It's because you did so many unnecessary things to me. My mom and dad were worried about my marriage. That's why I sent them food and vegetables to make them feel less anxious about the whole thing. I was just showing my parents the love and respect that they needed. Then you go and ruin all that. But you don't use someone else's meals and vegetables to show that. It was my cooking you were giving them, not your own. What you were doing was wrong in the first place by taking what isn't yours and making it come off as your own. Oh my god, Nina, just shut up. You're such a miserable and single old hag. I don't want to be told this by the person who thinks I'm not respecting my parents. Are you kidding me? You're the one who's been lying to them, okay? Would you quit it with the stuff about me being miserable and single, please? Well, that's why you'll be single no matter how long it takes to find you a man. You always snitch on people. Don't get so carried away with your crap just because you're good at cooking and can grow vegetables. It's not much of an exciting thing. I was almost able to get married even without learning how to do that. If anyone is the worst daughter, it's you. You're a miserable, single, 35-year-old that can't hold down a man. You're such a stupid daughter for lying to your parents. How are you still saying so much nonsense about me? Because I can. What are you getting at?
It's because of you that we're here today, talking to each other, and you begging Nina to do something about what you've done. But you, oh no, you turn everything on me, even though you're the one who got angry yesterday. You still haven't reflected on what you did to make things happen the way they did. Then you decide to continue to make fun of Nina. I've had enough of your crap, Natalie.
Wait just a minute. Is that you, Dad? Why the heck are you using Nina's phone for?
I came over here to apologise to her in your place, since you're too stubborn to. Your mother and I came over to apologise for what our stupid little daughter did. How could you lie to us like this?
But, Dad, I was just trying to look like a good daughter.
Nina was so kind to actually accept our apology. She didn't have to do that, but she did. She then showed us her garden. When we told her that we had started a garden after we retired and that we had been unsuccessful, we thanked her for the advice she gave us on how to grow vegetables. Why would you treat someone as kind as Nina like you have? We taught you better than that.
I just can't believe that you're not taking your own daughter's side in this.
The vegetables you so brazenly took from her took a lot of time and effort to grow. I got it for free, and you didn't even pay her back for it. And you don't even thank her for it, you just took it as your own. On top of that, you constantly look down on her for being single. It's pathetic, Natalie.
This isn't what it looks like, Dad, I swear. That's just how we are, you see? It's the way we communicate.
What's that even supposed to mean, Natalie?
Even though we're sisters-in-law, we're sisters, right? You can say anything you want to a sister. That's why I don't thank her for many things. Even if you're a single person, it's just the way we communicate with each other. We just joke around.
You think this is how you should treat a sister? Are you kidding me, Natalie? You realise that your marriage is in jeopardy now because of how you treated Nina, right?
Huh? No way, really? But I hardly said anything that bad to her.
Beside us being here, Cole's here as well, to apologise to Nina for how you've acted.
Are you serious? Cole's there as well? Please don't involve him in this, Dad.
He also told me that he doesn't want to go through with the marriage anymore.
Are you kidding me? That's not fair. I didn't do anything.
You treated his sister like crap, Natalie. Think back on what you've done. You've been so rude. Think about how many people's feelings you've hurt. I'm not going to interfere with the couple's problems, but whatever the outcome is, it's your own fault. Even if you come to our house crying, I don't intend on letting you in.
Nina, what am I supposed to do? I can't get a hold of Cole. Where is he? He's not breaking up with me, right? Cole's still at my house. He's going to move out and live here for a while. That's why he came over to ask to stay at mine. What? He wants to live apart from me, but I really need to talk to him. Look, I don't know if Cole will break up with you or not, but he needs his space. But he put the marriage registration papers through the shredder, so I think you've got your answer. Are you kidding me? Why would he do that to me? I'm definitely not ready to break up with him. Why is this happening? I just wanted to begin my marriage with a happy wedding surrounded by happy couples, and you've gone and ruined it. I hardly said anything bad to you, and so what? I took some of your vegetables for my parents and myself. It's not like you needed them. That's not the point, Natalie. You'd come over without my permission and took what you pleased. I might be single, but I'm happy, and you need to back off. Just help me get back Cole. I need him. He's all I've got now. Please tell him to come back home. Your problems are not mine to fix. You need to reflect on how rude you've been to me and your parents. You can do that thinking all on your own. Good luck with that. A short while later, a discussion was had in the presence of both families. Natalie apparently came by with a tearful apology and a 150-page essay on what she did wrong. She said she decided to stay away to reflect on what she did. During that time, Cole was living at my house. I've been doing a lot of business trips lately, so he's been very helpful with taking care of the vegetables in my garden. He told me that I always make the most delicious food, and he helped pay for the food costs. As for Natalie, she rented an apartment near her parents during the separation period. While helping her parents in their vegetable garden, she was bossed around by her strict parents. I don't know if she regrets what she did, but all the vegetables she sends us are fresh and delicious. I guess she wasn't such a bad gardener after all. Hey, Jerry, where are you right now? You need to pick up the phone or at least send me a message telling me where you are right now. I mean, don't you remember that we were supposed to introduce our families to each other today? I thought I told you that this was really important and that you can't be late to this.
Oh, wait. You mean today was the day that we were supposed to bring both our families to the same place so that they could all meet each other for the first time since you and I are going to be getting married now that you and I are engaged?
That's right, we even talked about all of this yesterday, didn't we? I told you that I had arranged for it to happen today around lunch. Don't you understand how important this is for us as a couple? This is when our parents are supposed to meet for the first time now that you and I are engaged to be married. I mean, both of our sets of parents are here already. We're at the French restaurant where I made the reservations that I told you about yesterday, too.
Oh, I see. Well, shoot, I really am so sorry about this, Lisa. But I'm afraid I just won't be able to make it there today to meet everyone. So anyways, really sorry about that, but if you could tell everyone that we'll do this later, that would be great. Thanks a lot, Lisa.
Wait, what? What do you mean that you're not going to be able to make it to the reservations that I made for our parents to be able to meet for the first time? You really think this was something so easy to put together that we can just do it another time or something like that?
Look, I really don't want to have to be dealing with all of this right now, okay? I mean, I literally just woke up right now. I guess I drank more than I really thought last night, and I ended up sleeping in quite a bit. So anyways, I'm really hungover and don't need this from you right now.
Hold on a second. You were drinking last night and you drank so much that you slept in this late and are now hungover? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that's right. My boss invited some people from the office out to grab a couple of drinks. So that is who I was going out to drink with last night when I ended up drinking too much. I mean, you can understand the situation that I was in when that happened, right? You can't just tell your boss that you don't want to go out drink with him, right? But anyways, my boss is also a really strong drinker, so I guess he must have been pouring me drinks, or maybe I was just trying to keep up. I really don't remember it all at this point. But anyways, all of that is to say that this is why I'm only waking up now, around noon today, hungover from drinking yesterday.
You have got to be kidding me. I really just can't believe that you would do something like this, Jerry. I mean, how could you do this to me on the day when our families were supposed to meet for the first time since you and I got engaged to be married to each other?
Well, I really don't know what else you want me to say. My head is pounding, my body is sore, and I'm just not going to be able to make it down there. And so anyways, like I said earlier in a message that you read, if you just scroll up a little bit, could you please tell everyone that we will just have to do this thing at another time when I'm feeling better and not so hungover from drinking the night before?
You really think that I can just tell that to both our parents and that they'll be fine with it? You do know that my parents had to fly across the country just to be here for this, right? And now you're telling me to tell them that they won't be able to meet my fiance because he got too drunk last night and can't make it?
I mean, I don't know what else you would tell them. After all, it is the truth, isn't it? Besides, do you really think that your parents would want to meet me in the state that I'm in right now?
Well, the least you could do is come to the restaurant where we're all waiting for you and apologize to everyone for wasting their time today. So hurry up, wash the smell of booze off yourself, and get over here right now, Jerry.
Lisa, come on. You can't really be serious, right? Do you really want me to do something like that?
I mean, I really don't care if you come over here smelling like all the booze you drank. The least you could do is explain to our parents why you weren't able to be here at the time we all agreed to meet. You need to tell them yourself because I am not going to cover for you when you behave like this.
Oh, come on. You know I can't do that. That would be so embarrassing. Besides, if I showed up there late and smelling like booze and apologizing for wasting everyone's time, that would make a terrible impression. You really think that I'm just going to willingly walk into a trap like that? No way.
So then you're really just not going to show up at all? You're just going to make us all wait here?
And if I am, what are you going to do about it, huh? It's not like you're just going to not marry me. But you really did have me going, asking me to go all the way over there just to apologize to our parents. Although, to get more serious, you should really know better if you're going to marry me. I can't have a wife who acts the way that you're acting today.
Excuse me? Did you really just send that message? Who do you think you are, and what do you think gives you the right to say that?
The right? What are you talking about? I have all the power here. We both know that canceling our engagement will put you in more trouble than it would me. I mean, you're already in your mid-30s, aren't you? Do you really think that anyone but me would marry you at this point? You really ought to consider yourself lucky that a young man like me wants anything to do with you at all in the first place. But I also know that you don't have any better options than me.
Do you really believe that? Please tell me that is not how you think of our relationship. That is just too much.
There you go again, thinking that you can whine and complain to me when I'm already doing you a favor by marrying you. Like I said, you need to wake up and realize where you stand with all of this. And that includes right now. So just drop all this business about missing today. If I have to hear about this again, I really will call off our engagement and nobody is ever going to want to marry you again. Got it?
Please, Jerry, don't you think that you're taking this just a little too far right now?
Oh, trust me. It's not that I don't see why I'm in the wrong for being too drunk to attend our parents' first time meeting each other. But I'm telling you that I'm just in no shape to go, and that is that. So anyways, like I have said twice now in messages that you can see if you, again, scroll up in this conversation that we have been having right now, I will have to ask you to tell our parents that we will have to do this at another time. Surely they can understand that humans forget stuff from time to time and that being a little late or missing a date here and there isn't the end of the world.
I can tell them that if you really want me to, but I don't think it's going to go the way that you think it will.
Yeah, right. I know what I'm talking about. Please don't try and question my decision making. I mean, do you really think that I'll go on to regret missing one little lunch reservation? Anyways, I'm still pretty beat, so I think I'm going to catch up on my beauty sleep right now. So anyways, tell our parents that I said hi and that I'm sorry I won't be able to make it. I have been furious about what happened ever since last night. This really is just absolutely ridiculous. I can't accept it. I refuse to.
I know, Dad, and I really am so sorry about yesterday. I know that you and Mom came all the way from Washington just to be here. And now the lunch reservations, the meetup, the talking about the wedding, it's all going to have to be put off now.
And it's all thanks to that man of yours. Just what in the world was he thinking? I mean, did he seriously think that him being hungover was an acceptable excuse for missing something like this? Did he think that that wouldn't make him look awful in our eyes? I think anyone can love whoever they want to love within reason. But I really just can't see what you see in this man if this is the way that he behaves, Lisa. Did you know that Jerry hasn't even sent us a message or called us to apologize for his last-minute cancellation at lunch yesterday?
Well, I'm sure he's just feeling really bad and can't get to his phone right now to send anything. I guess he ended up going out with his boss, who is a bit of a drinker, so I think that he was having a really long night the other day.
Hey, I get that. I've been there. But there's a time to mess around and drink, and get so hungover that you sleep half the day away. There are other times when your parents and future in-laws get together to meet for the first time. That any responsible adult would realize is really important. I didn't know if his parents raised him differently, but he can't just do whatever he wants and thinks that he can get away with it or that nobody will care. He's acting like a complete ass. And you know, I've heard the way that he talks to you too. He makes fun of you for being older all the time and teases you about not being able to find anyone else who will marry you. But what kind of way is that for a man to talk to his future wife? It's just horrible. It's completely disrespectful.
I know, Dad. Well, I just didn't think that that's how we would act around me after he and I got engaged to each other.
But that's not it. He probably didn't even realize that we weren't just all about to go home or something. We sat through lunch waiting for him, ate our food, ordered drinks, and he still didn't have the nerve to show up or offer to pay you back with a meal.
Right, well, originally when we made the plan, we said that we were going to be splitting the bill for all the food. But I guess since he never showed up, that's how I ended up having to pay for all of the food and drinks that we ordered while waiting for him to show up.
This really is just unacceptable. And why are you defending him? Why aren't you more upset with the fact that your fiance has been treating you like this? I really don't know how I would react if someone who I was supposed to marry was treating me with that much disrespect. Lisa, I'm very, very sorry to say this, but I just don't think I can approve of you marrying a guy like this. He just isn't good for you. I know it.
It's okay, Dad. I understand what you mean. In fact, I want you to know that I agree with you. He isn't good enough for me.
What do you mean? You agree with me? You don't want to marry Jerry anymore? Is that what you're saying?
I mean that I am really grateful for you being so angry for me over this, Dad. It really means a lot that you care so much about my future and who I'm with. I know that I've kept you and Mom waiting for me to get married for a long time now. I've been so concentrated on school and work that I've hardly had time to date. And when I finally got my first boyfriend ever, Jerry, I guess I just got so wrapped up in the excitement that I really wasn't thinking in the long term at all. But he's right. An immature boy like that really shouldn't be marrying an educated career woman such as myself. Especially not if he's going to disrespect not only me, but my parents as well as his own by pulling that kind of stunt that he did yesterday.
So then, what does that mean? Are you going to call off your engagement to him or something like that?
That's right. Or at least, I think that's what I want to do. But I also know that you and Mom have been waiting a long time for me to find someone who I want to settle down with. I just don't want to let either of you down by breaking off my engagement.
Lisa, please. You don't need to worry about your mom or I and how you choose to deal with this. What your mom and I care about is seeing you happy and healthy. That's what always should come first before anything else.
Dad, do you really mean that? I don't know what to say. That's just what I needed to hear right now.
Like you said, Jerry doesn't deserve someone as smart or accomplished as you, and we all can see that. There are plenty of other, better men out there for you. You are the apple of your mom and I's eye. We want to see you out there living the life that you want to live. Not for us, but for yourself. So don't worry about your engagement to this jerkwad Jerry. The right person will come. You just have to give it time.
Thank you so much, Dad. You really are amazing. And I'm so lucky to have parents like you and Mom. By the way, you are still going to be in town tomorrow, right? Because I was thinking that I could take the day off of work and you, Mom, and I could go and play tourist around the city. I just really want to apologize for the mess yesterday and also make sure I see more of you and Mom before you go back home.
That would be amazing. It's been so long since the three of us have gotten to go out and do something like a family. I think your mom would really love to have family day as well.
Well, then it's decided. I can go and meet you by the market near where you guys are staying. I'll pick you up first thing tomorrow, so just be ready around there and I'll think of places to take you both.
Hey, Lisa, are you there? You and I have to talk about something right now. Get back to me once you see these messages, okay? I was just wondering when we were going to have our parents meet each other since I had to cancel the last time that we were supposed to. I have some days this month that should be able to work for that to happen if this month is good for you.
What are you talking about? Why are you sending this to me, Jerry?
Well, I thought that we said that we were going to reschedule our parents' meeting, right? I was thinking that we could make another reservation at a nice restaurant for them, right? Of course, you can handle all the planning and stuff like that. But I would really like it if you could choose a steakhouse or something like that this time instead of a lame French place like you did for the last one.
Why would I do that if you're just going to cancel at the very last minute like you did last time? Why would I waste the energy and effort to plan something like that? Besides, I'm pretty sure that at this point our parents wouldn't care if they met at a buffet at this point.
Whoa, wait a second. Don't tell me that you're still all mad about the last time that we tried to get our families together, but I had to cancel at the very last minute. Come on, I told you that I wasn't able to go. I was in no state to go out to a fancy lunch or anything like that. Besides, if you're this mad all the time, you're just going to give yourself even more wrinkles, Granny. You really do need to learn to let things go. I would have thought that you would have learned that lesson at this point in your life.
Excuse me? Just what is that supposed to mean, huh? Did you really just send that message to me? I can't believe you would say those things to me.
I promise that if we do schedule another meetup that I won't drink the night before. Or at the very least, I promise not to be hungover for the meeting the next day. So anyways, could you please just hurry up and make some reservations somewhere for this month? I mean, if you don't do this, then I guess I should take it as a sign that you really don't want to marry me, and then we might just have to cancel this whole thing.
There you go again, trying to threaten me by saying that you'll cancel our engagement.
Oh, come on. Threat is such a strong word. I'm just letting you know of the alternatives that I have if you don't do what I say is all. I mean, you're the one who still hasn't woken up to where you stand in all of this. You don't really have any room to be complaining about anything. You're just an old lady who was lucky to have me marrying her, and you should be thankful that I've even stuck around this long. So, I really think you should rethink this attitude of yours that you have right now. I thought I already told you that if I heard about that dinner again, that I'd seriously have to reconsider this wedding. So if you're really okay breaking this off and me leaving you, then I guess you should just keep this up, because that's where we're headed.
Oh, that's fine with me. We can call off the engagement. I don't really care anymore.
Wait, what? What do you mean? You don't know what you're saying. You really want to cancel our engagement?
Well, yeah, I just don't really think that I want to marry you anymore. I guess there's just not the spark that there once was. In fact, come to think of it, I really don't even know why it was that I wanted to marry you in the first place. But anyways, now that I don't really feel anything for you anymore, I think we should just break up.
Whoa, wait. Hold on for just one single second here. Where's this coming from all of a sudden? I thought you loved me and wanted to marry me. Don't you realize how hard it's going to be to find another boyfriend after me? And that's setting aside the question of you ever finding someone else who would want to marry you.
You know, you seem awfully hung up on my age. You seem to really think that after you turn 30, your life is just all downhill and there's no hope. That's why you didn't even care that you were canceling last minute on both of our families and your fiance. You thought that I had no other choice but to deal with your actions. But if you think that treating me that way makes me want to be married to you at all, then you are dead wrong, Jerry.
So then you're actually truthfully saying that you want to break things off with me? I don't believe this. I just don't even know what to say right now. Does the fact that you're so old and will never be able to find another person who wants to marry you not upset you? You're engaged to someone younger than you, and you're just going to walk away from that?
That's right, I am walking away from you, and there is nothing you can do about it. I wanted to marry you because I thought that we would be able to treat each other with respect. But if you're going to act like you're doing me some big favor by marrying me, then I just don't want anything to do with you.
Oh man, you have seriously got to be kidding me right now. I can't believe that I'm being talked to this way by some old grandma right now. If this is really how you want to do this thing, then let's break up. But just know that since you're breaking off the engagement, I'm going to sue you for this. Are you ready to have to pay for acting like you're better than the young man who was ready to marry an old granny like you?
Excuse me? And just why in the world do you think that I would have to pay you anything at all, huh?
Well, it is like I just said in the last message that I sent to you. Since you are the one breaking off the engagement, you're the one liable to be sued by me. And since you're older than me, I'm sure that you make way more money than I do right now. I'm thinking of asking around $50,000.
Are you kidding me right now? You think that I am going to pay you that much money for breaking off our engagement?
Well, I'm a young man and you've been wasting my youth. Do you think that was going to be cheap? Not only that, but you were having me waste my youth on an over-the-hill granny like yourself. So you need to take responsibility for your actions and reimburse me for all the years of my life. That's why you should be lucky that I'm only asking for $50,000. But I won't take a cent less.
You really are crazy if you think that this is how our breakup is going to happen. If anything, I'll be the one suing you for that $50,000 you keep talking about. After all, I know that you've been cheating on me, and that's the real reason why I don't want to marry you anymore.
Excuse me? What did you just say? You really think that I've been having an affair behind your back? Are you serious right now?
Oh, please, don't try to lie to me or cover up your tracks now, Jerry. I've seen the truth with my own eyes. I saw you walking around town with your arm around some other woman's shoulders. In fact, the day I saw you was the day that our families were supposed to meet. You really are just the worst. Do you know that?
Wait, hold on just a second there. What do you mean you saw me? Where did you see me with this other woman?
Sorry, not that day our parents were supposed to meet, but the next day. I offered to take my parents out for a day on the town to make up for you not showing up. I drove past the hotel they were staying in and saw you and this other woman walk right in the building as if you were guests. I know it was you, and you had your arm around some young-looking thing with a big grin over your face. It was so obvious what was happening.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You really did have some nerve choosing to stay in the same hotel that my parents were. But thankfully, that meant that it was that much easier to get the photo evidence that I needed. Not only that, but after you went into the hotel and after I dropped off my parents, I went back home and went through your laptop.
Wait, what? Why on earth did you do that? What is the matter with you?
Well, I found your vacation plans for you and your little girlfriend. I also know that wasn't the first night you had stayed in that hotel. You didn't even go out drinking with your boss. It was just that you and this other woman stayed up late doing who knows what. You've been seeing her behind my back for a long, long time now, haven't you, Jerry?
Wait, no, Lisa, you got this all wrong, I swear. This really isn't what it looks like.
And just why would I listen to you after you've done nothing but put me down and make me feel like a burden? You were always using my age against me and making me feel like I had no other options in life than you. I should have known that I was being foolish, but then you had the nerve to cheat on me? Well, that was the last straw for me. I finally woke up to how you were treating me and knew that you and I were done. So anyways, keep an eye out for a letter from my lawyer. That should have all the information about the lawsuit that I'm about to serve you with.
Lisa, what is the meaning of this? Are you really going to try and sue me for $60,000? This is outrageous. What happened to the $50,000?
Well, this is the number that I came to after talking to my lawyer and my parents. In fact, my dad said that I should be suing you for 10 times the amount. He was so upset with you.
10 times that? That's just crazy talk. Come on, you can't seriously expect to get this much money from me. The most I could even pay you was something like $10,000 at the absolute maximum.
And just why do you think that I would settle for such a little sum, huh?
Oh, come on. You're already into your 30s, and you really didn't think that you were going to be cheated on? I'm sorry, but if you didn't see that coming, then that's on you. You're the one who ruined this whole thing by being so old and useless, so I really don't see why I should have to pay you at all. Like I said, you are the one that should have to pay for me calling off for our engagement, for a stupid reason like me sleeping around.
Jerry, you really do know how to run your mouth, do you know that? But the law is quite clear, and I am well within my rights to be suing you for that amount.
Oh, come on. There's no way that the law says that some old hag can sue a younger fiance for that much money just for sleeping around. You do realize that this is going to blow up in your face, don't you?
Are you sure about that? If you really want to negotiate how much your affair should cost you, that is going to have to be between you and the judge, I think.
Lisa, come on, you can't do this to me. Don't you realize that I still have my whole life ahead of me? I'm not some old person like you who wasted their whole life studying and working. I was too busy enjoying my youth to have the kind of funds saved up to pay the amount that you're going to be asking for. You have to see how ridiculous all this is, right?
You seem to be so obsessed with your own youth that you really don't think you can do any wrong. Do you now realize that being youthful also comes with the chances to make all kinds of mistakes through your inexperience? But just because you're young doesn't mean that you won't receive any punishments for the mistakes that you make. Besides, you're not a child, you're an adult, and you should have known better. But don't worry, thankfully for you, you're still young. And that means that you'll have plenty of time to waste your life working to pay off all of the debt that you're going to go into to pay for these lawsuits.
Wait, no, Lisa, please. You can't do this to me. I don't have to settle down and find a real job yet. I was going to be young forever by marrying you. You were supposed to be the adult with the job and the money, and I was going to use it all to be young forever while you stayed at home like the grandma that you are. Don't you get that you ruined my life for doing this? Doesn't that upset you at all? You're just jealous because you just wasted your youth while I revel in mine. You can't do this to me.
In the end, my lawyer sent a letter explaining all of the details of my lawsuit against him for his affair while he and I were engaged. Jerry called me and begged and pleaded with me to stop this, but I told him that my old age must have made me quite stubborn because I had no intention of showing him any mercy. Jerry had to go deep into debt to afford all of the fees that he had to pay, not just to me, but to his lawyer as well. I also owned the house where Jerry and I were living, so he was forced to move out and find a place for himself to live in. Given all the debt he was in, he had no choice but to move into a tiny little apartment. He is still working the same job, but I heard he's also picked up some side gigs to work on the weekend just to make enough to get by. I would feel bad for putting Jerry in such a tough spot, but it's like I said to him, he has his whole life to be paying off his debts. As for me, I've put in my hard work, and I can't be wasting my life with foolish boys like him. Jerry may have his youth, but he's going to be spending it all paying for the mistake he made while cheating on me. Meanwhile, I've dedicated enough of my life to working and studying. I think I'm going to take the money I got from Jerry and go do things I've always wanted to try. After all, you only live once. Hey Irene, is now a good time? I just wanted to say that I'm really sorry that I had to take off early so suddenly. Was the rest of the meeting okay? Did everything go well? Oh, hey there, Sally. Yeah, I think the rest of the meeting went fine. If you're really curious, though, the notes are up on the shared drive. You might want to give this a quick look over earlier when you get to the office tomorrow. You really are the best, you know that. I really am so grateful for you taking that over for me. I mean, you basically did my work for me. Well, I get that life can be hectic and that sometimes you need to call on others for help. But anyways, I heard that you weren't feeling well. Is everything okay? Right, well, that was the excuse that I gave. I did tell people that I wasn't feeling good so I could leave. So then you're saying that you're not really sick at all? I'm sorry, why did you leave work then? Well, that's because I wanted to leave work early, of course. Wait, what? So you just lied to get out of work today? Are you kidding me? I know, it's bad, but I just had something important that I had to get done today. I didn't have any choice. I had to go. But I knew that having to explain all that to our boss was going to take forever, so I just pretended that I wasn't feeling all that great. I see. Well, did you take care of the business that you had to leave to attend to? Yes, I did. I actually just finished right now, so I'm all done. Well, that's good at least. Okay then, I guess I'll just see you at work tomorrow then. Oh wait, that's not all I had to say to you. I actually have something that I just have to tell you. You have something you have to tell me? Well, what is it? I have to tell you about what it was that I had to leave work to take care of. The truth is that I went to the city courthouse. Well, that makes sense, I guess. The best time to go get stuff done there is probably during the weekend while everyone's at work. That's right. And the thing is that the reason I had to go was because I had to sign papers to officiate my wedding. I wanted to get it all done so that they could be processed by tonight. I just couldn't wait any longer, and I really wanted to do this right now. Hold on a second. You were at the courthouse to sign wedding papers? Is that right? Exactly. The reason why I had to leave work early was so that I could get married. Oh my gosh, I had no idea that you were even engaged. This is amazing news. Congratulations. Is that what you wanted to tell me, that you had gotten married? Yeah, that's what I wanted to tell you. After all, I know that I've come to you with a lot of problems and things that I want to discuss, so I just wanted you to know this. I see. So I take it that you must have married that man that you're always talking to me about then, right? Yeah, he finally decided to propose to me, and I just couldn't wait. So I wanted to go to the courthouse and do our civil ceremony right away. Not only that, but it's also my man's birthday, so it was the perfect day to do this. Hold on a second. So you got married today, which is also your husband's birthday? Are you surprised? I knew that you would be. After all, your husband's birthday is today as well, right? Wow, you sure do have a head for some dates. I didn't even know that you knew anything about my husband. Well, it's not hard to know all that when my husband and your husband are the same person. Wait, what? I don't get it. What do you mean by that? You still haven't figured it out yet, have you? I'm telling you that the man I was always going to ask you advice about, the man who I am now married to, is none other than your husband. Wait, I'm still not following here. Seriously, what are you talking about? Let me put this simply for you. Your husband and I were having an affair behind your back. It's pretty funny when you think about it. But whenever I've talked about my boyfriend, the nights we've spent together, the trips we've gone on, everything was always about things I was doing with and to your husband. But now that you know the truth, I really just can't help but laugh. It really is so funny that it took me telling you for you to figure it out. You can't be serious, right? Are you really having an affair with my husband? I have said pretty much that in at least 3 different ways now. But you know, affair makes it sound so dirty. The truth is that Jerry and I love each other, and now I'm his wife. Wait a second. So you're telling me that you went to the court to get married today, and the man who signed those papers as your husband was my husband, Jerry? That's exactly what I'm saying. Are you finally starting to put it all together now? But that can't be. I mean, Jerry and I aren't even divorced, unless you're also telling me... That's right, you've already been divorced, and you didn't even know he did it 3 days ago. You mean that Jerry divorced me 3 days ago? But I don't remember ever signing or agreeing to anything at all. I don't get it. Oh, you don't need to worry about that. You see, your husband asked me to look at examples of your handwriting, and so I just forged your signature. And then Jerry and I went to the courthouse together to submit those papers. But that's illegal. Sally, you're admitting to a crime right now. You realize that, right? A crime? What are you talking about? I don't get how anything that helps two star-crossed lovers like us marry each other could ever be a crime. We were only doing what we had to do before we could get married, you see? I don't know what to say right now. Well, I certainly hope that you're not going to try and put up a fight about this. It's too late anyways. What's done is done. But, I mean, to think that Jerry would actually cheat on me with you? Well, he didn't cheat on you. He was only sleeping with his future wife before I became his wife. So I think you need to realize that he is all mine and no one wants you. You two are divorced now and you're nothing to him. So I want you to pack up your things so that you can leave your house and make room for me. I'm sorry, you're telling me to move out of my own house? Well, no duh. I know that you and Jerry live together in that huge place, right? That house has got to be at least $1 million. I told Jerry that I want to live there with him. I've already started packing my bags. The only thing that's left is for you to move out. And once I move in, I'm finally going to quit my job and become a housewife. Is that really your plan? You're going to quit just like that? Have you even told anyone from the office that's what you're doing? I was actually going to tell the people who needed to know after I finished talking with you. But I just needed to make sure that you knew this had all already happened and that there would be no point in fighting it. So after work, why don't you just go home, pack up your things, and get out of my husband's life? Anyways, Jerry and I have a little dinner date to celebrate our getting married. I've got to go now. Wait, what? You can't just say all of that and then just run off without any further explanation. That's crazy. Jerry, what in the world is going on right now, huh? Did you seriously divorce me and get married to another woman? You realize that we were still in the middle of working a lot of things out, weren't we?
Well, I figured that this was just the easier way to do things. Besides, I didn't think you'd go along with the divorce if I brought it up.
That's because I only found out that you were cheating on me a week ago. We were still in the middle of talking about what we were going to do. But I guess you already know what you wanted to do since you went and got us divorced. What in the world were you thinking doing that, huh?
Well, I thought that it was the only way I'd be able to marry Sally. Don't you get it? I mean, did you really think that I would choose staying with you when I have a young, pretty thing like Sally waiting for me instead? Why would I do that to myself? I tried explaining that I wanted to end things, but you just weren't having it.
You really have some nerve, do you know that?
Well, you can only blame yourself. I told you about how I wanted to marry a woman who was a housewife. You were the one who said that you wanted to keep working and you didn't want to be cooped up in the house.
And just how do you think we're supposed to pay off our mortgage with a single income? Don't you realize that we can't afford me to quit my job and stay at home? I mean, you certainly don't make enough to keep up with all the payments on different things that we have to make. Why would you just go and do this?
Oh, don't worry about the mortgage. I already paid it all off. That was around the time when I asked you if you wanted to quit your job and become a housewife instead.
You really think that that was the only reason we had to worry about money? I know how much of a big spender you are. There is just no way we could ever afford me to quit my job.
See, there you go again. Not listening to me. I'm telling you that you can quit your job and let me take care of you. And you're just shooting me down right away without even thinking about it. So like I said, you really have no one to blame but yourself for this one. How can I feel that you really love me if this is the way that you're acting?
What does any of this have to do with how I love you?
Well, if you really love me, then you just do whatever I said when I said it, right?
You can't be serious about that, right? Please tell me that that's supposed to be some kind of bad joke.
Yeah, you're just proving my point, you know? Anyways, it doesn't matter now, because we're divorced. And I have a new wife as of today, so I'm afraid that you can't stay at the house any longer. I want you to pack up your bags and leave, Irene.
Are you kidding me? You know that you can't just kick me out, right?
Well, I told you last week that I wanted to get a divorce. I told you I wanted to marry someone else.
I know exactly what you were doing. I know that you wanted to divorce me just so that you could marry this other woman. But we still had so much to talk about. We weren't through discussing alimony, lawsuits for the affair, how to split our assets, all of that stuff.
You already know who it is that I'm married to now, right?
That wasn't even on the list of things that I wanted to talk with you about.
Well, the point is that I put up the money for this house and I want to live with the person I love. I just don't need you anymore.
So you're telling me that you really love Sally? So much so that you're willing to just kick me to the curb like this? That's how badly you want to be living together with Sally?
Yeah, does the factor of divorce not tell you all that you need to know? Don't talk to me like we're married anymore.
Well, fine then. I guess since you both want this so bad, there's really no point in arguing anymore.
It's more than just a want for this. It's a need. Our hearts are tied to one another, and that's why we can't live without each other. We're soulmates. Don't you get that? We're always going to end up together because that's what the universe wants for us. We're only following the universe's plans for us by getting rid of anything in our lives that might keep us apart. And that includes you. Now that I've met Sally, I know that there's nothing else I need. And with that, I say goodbye.
Wait, what? You're just going to quit talking to me just like that? We still have things that we need to discuss, Jerry. Hey, answer me right now. I'm serious. Hey there, Irene. I just wanted to say good work yesterday. I called the office yesterday and I found out that you also ended up taking some time off, didn't you? Don't tell me that you had to use some of your paid time off to pack up all your things just for me. You have got some nerve coming back to talk to me after you told me what you were doing with my husband. Well, I really am sorry that things had to end up the way they are. I'm sure that you're going through a lot of difficult emotions right now, but that better not slow you down while you're moving out. You are clearing out a space for me at Jerry's house, right? Have my bags already arrived there? Your bags? What are you talking about? Have you already started sending your stuff over? Haven't you heard? I'm going to be moving into that house from today. Jerry and I want to start living together as soon as possible. So that's why you need to keep packing up your things. Don't keep me waiting too long. Wait a second. You mean that you were going to move into this house from today? Well, of course I was. Once you move out, there's really no need to wait any longer, is there? That's why I thought you'd be done by now. Didn't I tell you that that house was my dream house? I've always wanted to live in a huge place like that, and being there with Jerry is just going to make it perfect. I see. Well, you know, even though I'm fond of the house, I don't think that Jerry wants to give it up. But the house is worth so much more than when we first bought it, you know? Well, I'm just so excited to be living in my dream house with my dream man, tending to my garden while he's at work and then making sure dinner's ready before he gets home. It's going to be simply amazing. But first, you have to move out of there so that I can move in. Just keep an eye out for my luggage when it gets there and bring it into the house for me. I don't need you to do anything else for me after that. You really think that you can just boss me around like this? You must really think that I'm going to just get up and leave. I don't really know what you think because I already know what's going to happen. You and Jerry are divorced. You shouldn't be living together. You need to just get your things and go. That way I can finally be with my soulmate for the rest of my life. Right. Well, the only problem there is that I own this house. Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Jerry told me about how he was the one paying for the house, so that means that it's his house, right? I don't know what else to say except that it's my name on the mortgage. But that can't be right. That's my dream house. You can't be the real owner. I'm not sure what you've heard about the house from Jerry, but the house has always belonged to me since we moved in there. You have to be lying to me. Jerry said that he was the one who paid the loan. Well, the loan is certainly paid off, but I was the one who paid it all. But that can't be right. It is. I paid for the house, the utilities, the insurance, everything. I can show you some of the bank statements I have that prove it all. Please tell me that this is some kind of bad joke or something. If you don't believe me, then that's really on you, but I'm just trying to tell you the truth. I own the house. But Jerry told me that the house cost over $1 million, and if you paid for everything, then just where did you get that money from? Oh, come on, you don't really think that I could afford to have all that money lent to me with our salaries? I don't understand. How did you get all of that money in the first place then? How did you afford to get a loan large enough to cover all that? My dad took out the loan for me, if you must know. Wait a second. You mean you asked your dad for help? That's right. My dad owns his own business, so he has quite a bit of capital and has access to those kinds of loans. So I asked my dad if he could co-sign my loan, and in the end, he ended up accepting liability for about 4/5, while I took on 1/5 of the total amount. But then because my dad paid off the loan, I was basically just repaying my dad with no interest. So when I finished paying for the house, I really just finished paying my dad back. But then, doesn't that mean that the house would actually belong to your dad in that case? Well, my dad actually passed away last year, but before he did, he changed the name on the deed to me and I inherited the land. But then, how did Jerry end up thinking that the house was his? You two started seeing each other about a year ago now, right? I think that Jerry was so obsessed with his little love affair that he didn't even bother to check about the process. He was always too busy lying about being busy with work to check that his name had been put on the deed as well. When my dad died, he told me to handle everything by myself, and so I did. So then, he didn't even make sure that his name was on the deed? That's right. So not only did I end up paying for the house, but I also have legally and properly inherited it. But then, if you're the real owner of the house, then that means that I won't be living there. No, it means neither you nor Jerry is going to be living here, since Jerry has no right to stay here now that we're divorced. So I suppose you two will just have to find somewhere else to live. But you can't do this to me. I already sent my bags over there. Right, well, when the delivery person comes, I'll just refuse to sign for the packages. Don't worry. But if you don't pick up all my things, then what's going to happen to them? Won't they get sent back to me or something? I don't know. Why don't you go call Jerry and ask him to figure it out for you? I have to go and call my lawyer to tell them that I'll be pressing charges for the affair you two were having. Although I guess since I imagine you've already canceled your lease and are all packed up, you probably don't have a place to live anymore. So I guess I should have my lawyer send his letter to your parents? You want to send the letter saying that you're suing me to my parents? Why on earth would you do that? Well, don't you think they should know about the crimes you committed? And I'm not just talking about the cheating, you also impersonated me by forging my signature. Oh, come on, you're not really upset about that, are you? I told Jerry that I would divorce him when we worked out all the details of how it would happen. Instead, you and him snuck around and ended our marriage out of convenience for yourselves. And if you think that I'm going to take that kind of identity theft lightly, then you're dead wrong. Anyways, I'll go ahead and tell my lawyer to forward those letters to your parents' house. After that, the delivery person with Sally's bag showed up. I followed through on what I said and refused to sign for them. I heard that Sally and Jerry had to spend 2 hours trying to collect their bags from the mailroom. I heard that Sally did end up moving back in with her parents, but when they found out what she had done and the trouble she was in, they kicked her out before a week had even passed. Now, Sally and Jerry lived together in a cramped apartment. They couldn't afford anything more since their jobs found out about what happened. They were both severely demoted. The day Jerry moved out of my house, I took some of my dad's favorite snacks and went to go visit his grave, where I told him all about what happened to me.